Come to the module drip irrigation. There are two types of irrigation. One is flood irrigation and the other method is drip irrigation. Why we are insisting drip irrigation? In future we may not be having water resource. To conserve water, we have to opt the irrigation model, drip irrigation. There are two types of irrigation. One is called surface drip and the other is subsurface. What are the difference between the surface and subsurface? We have different choices of irrigation, surface drip, subsurface and sprinklers. But with respect to sugarcane, either we have to go by surface drip or by subsurface. These pictures clearly show the difference between surface and subsurface. Surface method, it is laid at the top of the ridges, and whereas in subsurface it is laid underground the soil level, say between 10 to 15 centimeter. In any lateral system, will be laying drippers for emitting the water. What will be the optimum distance required for each type of soil? For example, heavy soil, it requires 0.5 to 0.6 meter. For medium soil, it requires 0.4 to 0.5 meter. Whereas in the case of light soil, it should be spaced at an interval of 0.3 meter. This is recommended for laying the drippers in the main field. In the head unit, we will be required to filter the sand and the sand particles. There are two types of filters. One is a sand filter and the other is hydrocyclone filter. As earlier, the lateral should be fixed 10 to 15 centimeter in the case of subsurface or surface model. But the optimum distance should be 10 to 15 centimeter from the root zone. What are all the advantages involved in the subsurface? The required water is irrigated to the root zone and there is no water loss, whereas in subsurface it is exposed to the sunlight and the water evaporation loss will be higher. The major advantage, water conservation here. And when we are using any implements, that is intercultural operation or harvesting, there is no damage to the system, drip system what we have laid in the subsurface. Whereas in surface system, we have to remove it and we have to relay it, and there will be lot of labor involved, maintenance cost. Here totally there is no labor cost, no maintenance cost, no damage to the emitters. So the best method to irrigate and achieve better yield is through the subsurface. Thank you for listening to the drip irrigation.